Today's video is going to be all about complexity versus Sentinels, or more specifically, Spartan versus Sentinels. Yo, what's up, guys? Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting, one of the HCS commentators, and we have another HCS weekly report where today, again, we're talking about complexity versus Sentinels. We're going to be going over Scrim results from their day one that they didn't exactly announce it officially, but almost unofficially announcing the roster moves and now watching them go added in that Scrim. And then we're also going to talk about their results when it comes to tournament play. So let's get right into it, guys. Day one. Sentinels with the 11-4 in a Scrim, Spartan versus his former team. In case you've been living under a rock, Sentinels dropping Spartan and seemingly picking up precision, running in a Scrim and tournament with precision. And complexity seemingly eyeing bringing Spartan if it works and reuniting the enemies turned friends, turned enemies again, and now friends again? Ryan Noob and Sparty. I'm really excited about both of these roster moves and would love to see where they go and how it's looked so far. And so far, so good. At least if you're Sentinels. 11-4 on day one is not bad. And usually, we don't want to put too much weight onto, what could be a honeymoon phase. Day one Scrim, what you look like on day one could look a lot different than day 5, day 10, day 100, day 500. It could be different. But I will say, Falcon and Precision kind of picking up exactly where they left off. In case you guys forgot, pre-Arlington, and even the first tournament after Arlington, Falcon, Sparty, and Sentinels were doing damn good. They got a few third place and fourth place finishes leading into Arlington during those online events. Even afterwards, they upset SSG, which, by the way, they've done multiple times now. They were good. Sentinels were good. And that firepower mainly came from Falcon and Sparty. And now you have Precision coming in, who may have had 4 less slays, 4 less kills throughout the 15 games than Falcated. But look at those assists. How many times do I talk about assist, damage, and kills combined? That's how you know how much influence you are having on the map, how much pressure the enemy team is feeling. It's not just the kills. It's the kills and assists combined. And with that, man, Precision was doing his damn thing. A lot of people have been coming into my streams. Twitch.tv/YNOT_B_casting, but we've been streaming on YouTube and the X. I ain't calling it Twitter. But a lot of people have been coming to my streams and talking about Sentinels should not have dropped Sparty. I don't know why they dropped Sparty. Sparty's their best player. Why would they drop him? Those same people saying there's no way that Precision can take Sparty's place. There's no way they should have picked up this Precision guy. We don't even know who he is. And I'll agree with some of what was said. From the outside looking in, I don't think Sentinels should have dropped Sparty. I'll say it. I don't think Sentinels should have dropped Sparty. But in the same breath, I will say that we are not in the locker room. There were things that go on, that happen, that are said, that are done, that we are never going to know. And I know it's tough. We in the age of information, 2 clicks and you feel like you know everything, but there's going to be certain things that we just don't know. Because I promise you, what are the kids saying nowadays? It's not a skill issue. It wasn't a skill issue. Take Arlington out of the equation where Sparty said he was dealing with some potential health issues. He's consistently been a performer on the team. He's been doing his damn thing for so long. Damage, kills. When he's playing at his best, he looks like he's making a good case for top 5 in the damn tournament. If it was just about skills, talent, or performance, I don't think Sparty would have been dropped. I'll go out on a limb and say that I would have loved to see a team that had both Sparty and Precision on the same team. Shit. I don't care if that's Complexity or Sentinels. Imagine a world where Sparty, Precision, and Falcon are on the same team. Wow. When you're talking about firepower, that's damn good. But again, I don't think it's a skill issue. I am simply not in the locker room. What I will say I disagree with is for people saying that Sentinels should not have picked up Precision. I think when you look at the league, you look who was out there without disrupting a team like SSG, FaZe, or Optic, which, let's be honest, none of those players are going anywhere. You looked across what was available, and you could have done a lot worse than Precision. We've been trying to tell you for a while. Precision is not just a great young player in the league, not just a great young slayer. He is one of the best slayers that we have in the HCS. And he's been doing it competitive gaming for a while. Not just Halo, Gears of War. No matter what game this man touches, he has a unique understanding of how to put down damage, how to get kills, and how to stay alive. And somehow, if you were in a competitive shooter, you were going to have value if you're able to do that. And I know some of you, like I said, some of you guys haven't heard too much of him, before getting on that Complexity roster, early on in season 3. He was on some teams that were flying under the radar. He was. But he's been good for a very long time, guys. Precision has been very good for a very long time. And somewhere mid-season, like he was good in season 1. He was good in season 2. But some time, maybe like halfway through season 2, he went from very good to great. And maybe just didn't have the supporting cast around him to be able to highlight him, to be able to contend with some of the best in the world as far as on a team basis. But around midway through season 2, he went from very good to great, but still was flying under the radar until YNOT and Complexity picked him up. By the end of this video, if you're a naysayer on the Precision pickup, I promise you, if you're live on Twitch, let me know in the chat. If you're in the YouTube channel, let me know in the comments down below if I'm right. I promise you, by the end of this video, you may not be in love with the decision, but you may shake your head like, okay, I see what's happening. I see the vision. On the other side of things, Complexity with the quick pivot, almost like a trade with Precision going to Sentinels and snatching up Sparty. And I will say Sparty on the kills department did damn good. The damage department did very good. It just so happens that Complexity lacked the firepower to compete over the course of 15 games. It's day 1. That's okay. Maybe you have a day 1 or week 1 performance like Sentinels, but most of the time you don't. Competitive gaming is a process. And I think Complexity do understand that. I love the idea of Spartan and YNOT reuniting. I mean, let's be honest. Under that, obviously, the league has changed quite a bit since then. But under United, they were damn good together. And when they separated, they both found successes in different ways. They both found successes, but they were at their best when they were together. Every strong emotional, every strong emotional slayer needs a strong emotional IGL. I'm gonna put that on a freaking t-shirt. I think Sparty and YNOT are very good for each other. They're both passionate. They're both high IQ, and they both see the game in a similar way. And I think Sparty benefits from YNOT in the same way that YNOT benefits from Sparty. So give them some time to figure it out. Huss has been a great co-IGL. Descendant is a fantastic X Factor. When Descendant is popping off, wow. He's scary. Always been like that. Even when he was going by Carmea, for those of you guys don't know, when Descendant is popping off, he is scary. Complexity taking 4-15 on Sentinels in that scrim. Fast forward to just yesterday, April 21st, our first open series before HCS London. Again, this is the first online tournament that mattered for some-ish. This is going to be a great test for both Complexity and Sentinels. We'll hyper-focus on them, but I'll let you know what's going on going into day 2. Day 2 is going to be on Thursday, by the way. Day 1 was yesterday. Day 2 was Thursday. If you don't want spoilers, stop watching the video now. But it happened just yesterday. Complexity with Sparty 3-1 over Business. That's good. Business are a damn good roster. 3/4 of that native red roster, plus a potential rookie of the year and last shot. Business are good. Complexity with the 3-1. Sentinels with the 3-0 over what seems to be Breaking Shot's new team. I think it's Breaking Shot, Envor, and Morley and the boys. I like that team a lot. I think Bittersweet is really good. I think Bittersweet is underrated. I underrated some of the players last year, a lot, and they continued to prove me and many other people wrong. I put a little bit more weight on Complexity beating Business because I think Business have a higher ceiling than Bittersweet, but this was no easy matchup in Sentinels 3-0. Speaking of Sentinels 3-0ing, right after that, (3-2) upset alert. Let's play the sirens. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Play the freaking sirens. Sentinels with the 3-2 over FaZe upset on the reigning world champions. We knew that Sentinels and FaZe scrimmed before this tournament, and Sentinels played them well. Took 7 out of 14 or 15 games, but this was tournament time. This was tournament level FaZe. And Sentinels still with a 3-2 win over them to make it into day 2 through the winners bracket. That was huge. Sentinels really showing off and again picking up exactly where they left off. Let's not forget, if you take Arlington out of the equation, Sentinels have consistently been a top 4 contender, a top 4 team, multiple 4th place and 3rd place finishes. This is where they left off if you take Arlington out of the equation. Let's see about Complexity. Because Complexity were also tested. And, we talked about this back at Arlington. Shopify Rebellion and Complexity are going to be, neck and neck as far as dark horse teams. They're 2 teams that can make it to top 4. The problem is there's only one 4th place spot. The big 3 have some good real estate in the top 3. Rebellion, Complexity, and Sentinels are going to consistently fight for top 4 and then make it into Championship Sunday and beyond. But they have to go through one another. Rebellion and Arlington already had the edge up on that old Complexity roster by making it to 4th place, making it to Championship Sunday, and being damn near the best Slayer team in the world, only dropping 1 Slayer, and that was to FaZe. I think Complexity really needed this win. I think this win would have been great for the mental of Complexity. Really. But they dropped down to elimination bracket. Both teams will make it through into day 2, which is going to be on this Thursday. Mark your calendars. In the winners bracket semifinals, you have Space Station Gaming going up against Rebellion. Winner makes it to winners finals, guaranteed top 3 in the tournament. On the lower half, you have Reversal Perfy going up against Sentinels to make it through to that winners bracket finals. Meanwhile, in the lower bracket, you're going to have Complexity going up against Bittersweet to fighting for their tournament lives. Mind you, winners bracket can afford a loss or not 2, excuse me, who could afford a loss in a series. Complexity cannot. But I also will say maybe there's value in complexity dropping to the lower bracket where they did, because for a team that is still trying to find that chemistry, still trying to find that right mix, going into tournament mode and playing against multiple different teams is a great way to kind of pinpoint where your strengths and weaknesses are and figure things out. I think also to think this break between Sunday and Thursday is also very good for complexity. This is a great time for complexity to figure out what they need in order to get back on track. You're right there. Yeah, like I'm not gonna beat you up for losing the Shopify Rebellion. I think it was great that you beat Business. You are still right there in the conversation that you should be in. But there's still work to be done. Sentinels and Shopify still have a leg up on you, and I know that complexity want to catch up. I know that they can catch up. And yeah, we'll find out what happens on Thursday, guys. That was your HCS report. Complexity versus Sentinels with a little bit of a bracket breakdown from the Open Series. Day 2 coming in on Thursday. And let me know in the comments down below. Were you a hater of the Sentinels move? Because I will say I didn't like it either. I didn't like them dropping Sparty, but I didn't doubt precision. Let me know in the comments down below what you felt about that move, how you felt about the complexity move, and what other moves you think could happen, because it's a long season. We're not done just yet. All right, guys, peace out.